Hello and welcome to a video on the fishes for a change. So it's been quite a while since we've had a good look at the fishes in a video, and in this video I'm basically going to be moving some fish about from tank to tank and just sorting out what's in my main pond and stuff like that. So we're going to have a good look at them and going to do some scrapes and stuff like that, but I won't put that in the video, it just gets a bit tedious. So basically this video is going to be all looking at fish. So yeah, let's crack on with it. I'll show you what I'm doing. So some of the fish in this pond I'm going to be keeping in my main pond, and I'm going to be taking them out shortly into this vat, and then when they're in the vat I'll give them a scrape, make sure they're fine. I'm giving them a bit of treatment while they're in this vat just to make sure they're fine, because they're all come from a new place and stuff like that, so they should be absolutely spot on. So I'm going to put some in this vat that I'm going to put in my main pond, scrape them, make sure they're perfect, because I don't want any issues with my main pond, because it's just a nightmare in such a big pond. So we're going to do that. So I've got the net in the water. All the fishes have escaped, gone out of the way, except for this little guy here, who always wants food, no matter what you're doing. He'll always come up to you and say hello. It's the only fish, it's the only fish that's nearby while I've got the net in the water. And an incredibly sociable little lad. But yeah, hey, you're a sociable fishy. Yes. And then also the fish from my main pond are going to be going in this tank, well some of them, and then into that blue tank, replacing the ones that come out of the blue tank into here. So first off I've caught two. One's definitely a quacko, one's a quacko-ish with a black spot on its head. Yeah, so we've got 25 centimetres and 30 centimetres, really nice fish, really healthy. That one I really like actually, it's quite a nice little fish. And yeah, some good start to us catching a fish. I'll give you a closer look. Yeah. Right, let's get on with catching some more, see what else we can find. So this one is the one that's going into the main pond. I really like this achiever, really nice. So she's 42 centimetres and really good looking fish, I really like it. When I'm picking fish, I basically choose just what I like. I think it's the biggest recommend. Obviously there's things on this fish that people might not like so much. You know, if you were putting it in a show or something like that, but I'm not bothered, I just like it. It's a lovely fish. Really nice patterns, scaleless obviously, and yeah, happy little healthy fish. Look good in main pond. That's how we go. So let's put her in the main pond. So this fish is nice and clean. I've given it a good scrape and there's absolutely nothing on it. Sometimes I do find it difficult scraping scaleless fish, but generally if they were out there you'd find it. But it isn't, usually things on them aren't as common as other types of fish, well, scaled fish. So let's chuck it in, see how she goes in main pond. Just let the water out so I don't want the water in. Go. So you might be wondering as well that I'm not floating it out in a bag or anything like that. I'm literally just taking it out of one pond and putting it in the next. My reasoning for that is because these ponds are the same temperature. They use the same tap water, so the pH is very, very similar. I think there's a point of a difference in it, but even that could be an error in my readings. So really the water at the minute, apart from say ammonia or nitrite and that sort of thing, is that's the only what you might call a difference between the two tanks, so they might as well just go straight in. So let's get on with putting these ones in. The other tank. Nice little fish. A bit smaller. One. Do them both together, eh? Two. There we go. harder to see in there because this tank's murky. Being completely in the sun all day, I'd prefer this tank to be kept a bit murky. And maybe later on I'll put a big UV light on it and get it cleared up, but for now I'm happy with it how it is. So here we go, another fish I wanted to look at. So this is a 46cm Saragoi, really nice little fish. Well, I keep saying that, this video is just going to be full of me saying it's a nice fish. They're all nice fish, I like all my fish. But this one in particular, last year when I had a bit of trouble with the filtration system, he got a bit of a mark on his side, which is completely healed at the moment. We're on this other side, let's see if we can see it. But as you can see, some of his scales haven't quite come back. They're starting, and yeah, it's looking really clean actually. So all his skin's perfect, and the skins are just starting, the scales are just starting to come back, so it looks really nice. So I'm pleased with that, yeah. So it's last year when I was messing about with my filters, he had a little bit, he was one of the fish that had a bit of a sore on his side when I didn't have a filter on for quite a while. But I just wanted a good close look at it and scrape it and all that. And I absolutely hate doing scrapes on fish, to be honest, because I'm always like, what you're going to find? I'm worried about it, but I'm in a good mood now. I've done about 6 and they've all been spot on. So yeah, pleased with that. So what I'm going to probably do is pop him back in this one. So this fish I'm quite interested in having in main pond. It is a 66cm Karashigoi. Absolutely enormous, weighs an absolute ton as well. I'd love to see how much it actually weighs. Might have a quick go at weighing it while I put it in main pond, but I'll have to decide whether I can or not. If she's flopping about, I won't do it. Absolutely lovely fish. I've had to put more water in the tank because she couldn't sit upright. She's that big. But she'll be a fairly old fish as well, to be fair. I have no idea how old she is, but I'd be surprised if she's younger than about 15 probably. But yeah, it looks really well, really healthy fish. Really happy, just massive. So let's have a go at putting it in main pond. So here we go, let's catch her. So I've set up a scale, let's turn it on, just to see if we can get an idea of what she actually weighs. 0, perfect. So turn around. If she starts jumping about, I'm not going to bother weighing her. Don't want to cause her any trouble just for the sake of a bit of interest. Water now. Don't need any water. Stay still. There you go, about 8.3 kilos. That's a heavy fish. Don't get stuck in there. There we go. Off she goes. We'll see her in a bit. I'm sure she'll come up later on for some food. Straight to the bottom. Let's leave her to it. So here we are with another Kahaku. I just wanted to have a look at this one. It's 41cm. Again, a really nice fish. Nice reds on it. She appears, and I've had a good close look, just here to have a little tumour just inside, just there, which is a real shame. Apart from that, really lovely fish. But I'm just going to keep an eye on it for a little while, just to see what actually is going off here. I think it's a tumour. In which case, you know, if it doesn't develop, then it might be fine, but tumours, if they start to grow and just get carried away, then it can be quite the end of the fish, really. But in some cases, you know, it can be fine. It's really a hit and miss sort of thing, really. Some of them you can actually remove, but I'm not going to go that far, especially with where it is. I think if you cut her open there, and she'd just never recover from it, so I wouldn't. It's not a tumour I'd personally attempt to remove, so I'm just going to keep a close eye on her. and see how she goes on. So that's another fish. So here we are with another 2 fish. So we've got another 2 kahakus, and we're on what we're 33 cm and 40 cm, so some decent sized fish. So these I'm wanting to look at because you don't see them that often in the main pond. When you look at it, you sort of notice the really big fish, and you don't really get a good look at the fish like these, the smaller ones. They look really small in the main pond. It's not until you get them out that they actually, you know, you actually look that they're actually really good fish on their own. And I personally refuse to take out any of the really big fish. So the ones that are like 60 centimeters and stuff like that, which we can't see at the minute, I'll show you them later on, but I'm not going to be taking them out. I'm not going to be looking, because it's just too much hassle to both get them out and, you know, mess about with them in any way. It's just unnecessary stress for the fish. Whereas the reason I'm getting these ones out is because I'm moving them into different tanks and for different reasons and stuff, and I'm hoping to reduce the amount of fish in my main pond so I can just get the biggest fish in there and have sort of my own personal collection of fish that I really like. So there we go, so look at these ones. So here are some more, So here we are with some more fish. So the kahakus are out of the main pond, and the other ones are out of this tank here. So I just wanted to have a look at them, and they're all going back in this tank here and not back in the main pond. So again, some really lovely fish. Nice scaleless one there. I'm quite fond of scaleless fish actually. I think they can be quite nice. They're a bit of a love-hate. Some people don't like them, some people like them. I quite like them. I think they're alright. I think they make really nice fish. And yeah, so that one's nice. All about 40 centimeters here. And it's surprising, like when these size fish are just with all big fish at it main pond, you don't really realise quite the quality of them, quite how nice they are, and it's really quite pleasing. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of kahakus in this pond because there are tons of them, but I'm a little bit concerned now that it's getting a bit bland. Obviously they're all a bit timid at the minute because they're catching them, and I've turned the air off as well so you can see them really well. So let's get a good look at some big ones like these 60 cm ones. Some really nice fish. The really big ones are all Japanese koi. It's all the 30-40 centimeters one, and mostly from Cuttlebrook Koi Farm. And it's like this guy here. And these ones. This one's one of my really old fish. And these ones I've had since I built this pond. So these 60 cms have been in since I built this pond. So quite a while. Well, I built it about 6 years ago. Yeah, good look around all the fish in this tank. So I don't usually get to show exactly what they're all like. Where is it? I'm looking for one in particular. This one here, look. I think that one is probably one of the best fish in the pond. It's disappeared, obviously. I'll show you, point him out in a minute. But yeah, it's probably one of my favourite fish. I can't see him now, he's disappeared. It's about right, when you want them to come up they won't do, but there we go. Yeah, some really nice fish. This guy here, this one's probably one of my favourite fish in the pond. Really nice fish. He's about 6-7 year old Japanese koi. Yeah, lovely fish. Don't want to get him out again now. You know, they're just too big to get out. It's the point where they're that heavy that when they're bending the net and they're really putting a lot of strain on themselves getting them out. So just them type of size, I just don't touch them. That's it. They're stopping in. I'm not messing about with them. But it's nice to look at all the rest of them. Nice to get a good close look. And and that. These ones here, there's 3 of those, and I took 3 of them to a show, and one of them got second. There he is. Where is he? There. One of them got second place. He's down there somewhere. There he is. So I had to point him out on camera. Hiding down there. He came second place in Yorkshire section BKK show, which I'm quite pleased with. Sort of when I was new to koi keeping-ish, and I'm like getting used to all the names and stuff, and it was great to sort of, you know, see what people thought of your fish. I quite enjoyed that. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, a close look at some of my fish in my main pond, and if you liked it then please like it. If you want to see more videos like this and fishing related videos then please feel free to subscribe. If you have any questions or comments then please put them down below, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Got to actually feed the fish. There, chucking some food in. So it don't look like there's many when you're trying to catch them with a net, and they all just vanish. There's the big girl right there. There we go. See you in the next video. Bye bye. That's one of the new ones.